Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sama. So today's video we're going to talk about this Halima and Suleman story that has come back up. For anyone that does not know, Suleman is a man that goes by the title Apostle, and it's called Apostle Justice Suleman. And Halima is a Nigerian actress. So long story short, this lady came out and said that she and him had a relationship, and she said he promised to marry her. I think she said he even proposed to her and all of that. On the other hand, she's not the only lady that has been on the news that allegedly had a relationship with a man. There's been one today, there's one story, another story, and all of that. In this video, I just basically want to address few things. There are some people that say, oh, you guys like to talk about pastors, da da da. The thing is, it's not only pastors. Like, we talk about anything that is the trending story, trending news. We come here and we speak our minds and our opinions about it. A lot of people would have noticed that in recent times, there hasn't been a lot of stories about pastors. So we don't go digging for whatever story. It's whatever story is on the news, is trending, is going on out there. We come here and give our 2 cents, or sometimes some people give their 10 cents, about it. So I really wanted to get that out of the way. So coming to this story of Halima and Suleman, me, I've always said it, right? We forget, a lot of people forget the difference between a sin and a crime. If a pastor is having an affair, is that a crime or is it a sin? It is not a crime. In the country, is it a crime? No. What? There's no law but it is a sin in the Christian aspect of it, right? Okay. And then don't forget I say if, because I was not there. That's one thing I keep saying. Now I'm addressing what is on the news. Was I there? I was not there. Were you there? We were not there. We have to juggle the stories we're hearing. We add 2 plus 2 and say, we are arriving at 4. And that's all that's where it ends. Going back to what the areas I want to address, right? So when it comes to if Suleman truly had any relationship with this girl, did he commit a crime? Or this lady, did he commit a crime? No. But we say in Christianity, it is a sin. And then don't forget that even when it comes to sin, there's a difference between the sin against your fellow human being, and a sin against God. There are some sin that you sin against God, but you still have to settle with your fellow human being, if that makes sense. For example, if you stole from somebody, you have done something against that person. Or you lied on somebody, you've done something against that person. So it's between you and the person and God. So it's double barrel. Because God says don't do it. And you have offended somebody, right? So you have offended God and offended that person, right? But if two consenting adults decide they want to go and be doing whatever, right? So they didn't offend each other, they offended God. This is Christianity, because I'm saying this because some of you that are watching me are not Muslims. Some of you don't even believe in any faith. So I'm just explaining from the Christian perspective, because this man is supposed to be a pastor. Okay, so I really want us to figure these bits and pieces out, right? Okay, now, but this lady then, so if Suleman had anything with this lady, it's between, they had a relationship. If they had a relationship, though they had alleged relationship between him, it's between them and God. Okay, now, when the lady now said, that is what she said, though, that she does not know what she said. I don't know what she's saying. Whether she said he gave her something, whatever, and then she started bleeding. She started bleeding. She said she bled for 6 months. Then it's no longer, between them. As in, it's no longer just, it's a sin or whatever. In a civilized society, like they call it, that becomes a crime. Because you have no right to, I'm saying, according to the lady, you have no right to put somebody's life at risk. You have no right to, I don't know, because you see why this is interesting is that this area of bleeding is that Stephanie Otobo, that's another lady that has accused him before. She also talked about, she said he gave her something to drink. She drank it and she started bleeding. That is what she said, right? And she said she bled for a long time. Okay, so that's why it's interesting. Another person is using that same bleeding statement again. So if somebody was pregnant for somebody, like Stephanie was saying, and the person now gave them medication, allegedly, and they drank it, they say put it in a drink, she drank it, and whatever. Is that a crime then? That one is a crime. That one is no longer just between you and God, whatever. It becomes a crime. In a civilized society, somebody come and make that allegation, it will be investigated. If the person that they are accused is found guilty, the person will do jail time. I'm trying to piece these things separately, because we have to say, do we go into people's private lives? What is our business with people's private life? You get? So when we then it's good to speak on the area that are people's business. sin against God, what is the crime and stuff like that. That is the area I'm bringing out. So that is on that side. If it is true that they gave her something, she drank and she started bleeding for 6 months, but okay, the crime has been committed, right? Okay. On the other hand, on the Christian aspect of things, you ask yourself, if it is true that a pastor is actually truly jangolovering from here to there, you will not say, should a pastor be doing this? A pastor should not be doing this. So people say a pastor is not perfect. Are you perfect? Nobody is perfect, though. But the Bible set standards that someone that wants to take up the role of this, being a pastor, should have. We didn't set the standard. There are some people that will want to be pastors, but they will decide that they don't meet the qualification or the criteria or whatever. They will say, I don't want to do that because I don't fit into that place. My imperfections don't let me stay there, if I can put it like that. Okay? Because my thing is this, right? Personally, when it comes to, this is a pastor, this is a this is a that. If truly the pastor is jumping from here and there, you will now wonder, if truly, you see I'm saying if, we will now wonder, is it then okay for such a pastor to be laying hands on people? Are they really clean vessels that God will truly use? That's the question again. On the other hand, you know me, nowadays, let me tell you how I feel nowadays. You and I know our own sins. We know where we are with God. We know where we need to make amends. We know our lives. But you don't know the life of somebody else. So when people are laying hands on people, you'll be wondering, when you hear this kind of stories, you'll be wondering, are they laying holy hands on you or unholy hands? You see, on the Christian aspect of things, right? And you know, in Nigeria, church is a one-man business. So a pastor is the overseer. He's the whatever. He's the man in charge. He cannot be, because if he was like Catholic Church, where priests are trained and they are under the Catholic Church, such a case now, the Catholic Church from the top will start investigation. And if they find the person guilty, they will move the person away from the position or do whatever is their own rules and regulations. But when the pastor that is the owner of the church, he is everything, who will question him? Who will move him out of the way? Who will do investigation? Who will do all these things? That is on that side. Something else I actually want to say. When people say, how can somebody beat for 6 months? It's not possible. It's possible. Oh, it's possible. Because let me tell you, there are people that have gone and done abortions. That, you know, they forget, say, human body, a woman's body, specifically in this case, you know, no be flesh, blood, and bones. What else? So if something was done, and it was not done right. Let's say, for example, that actually went, I'm not saying, they didn't say they did abortion. I didn't hear anything about that. But let's say, for example, some people that have gone to do abortion and they didn't do it well. And let's say they don't go wunjo inside the place. Things can be bleeding now. Do you know what I mean? A woman's body is, do you know what I mean? If something is damaged, if there's an injury, I think, there's an injury in the, you know, that part of the woman's body. It can bleed, though, if it's not well looked after. You understand? So there are a lot of things. Do you know what I mean? So that's why the natural way the human body is the way you should leave it alone. Sometimes when you not go and do anything to that area, because it's not the natural way, the brain and the hormones and everything can just get confused and can start. I'm just saying, right? So that is on that side. At the end of the day, let me say this aspect. What keeps coming to my mind personally is the fact that, you know, Suleman is not the only pastor in Nigeria. He is not. So why is he the only one that this person calls today, another person will call? It's a lot. And I said to myself, and I said, you know, now he's suing her. For Suleman is suing the lady for 1 billion naira, right? So they are going to court. But I'm just, honestly, came to my mind the other day. Today, Suleman is suing that person. Tomorrow is this one. And I'm like, at the end of the day, when this, you know, when we finally meet this God that we say we are serving, and he asks you and I, what did you do with your life? How is somebody going to say, I spent my time suing left, right, and center? How? How? Because it's not the first time he's suing. And you see, if you look at the Bible says, let so and so thing not be mentioned among you. As Christians, there are some things that you say, my people, this story, to be honest with you, every day, you know, we have not heard any story about Suleman for a while now, to be honest with you. And I don't think I made any video. I've not made a video about him for a while because there was no story. And this one is out. It's all over the internet. As a normal human being that thinks, it is natural to say Wait, oh, why him all the time? Think of all the Nigerian pastors that people have called their names for this, that. You never hear Adeboye or Yedepo and Kumuyi and all. You never hear today this woman say, another woman say, you don't hear it. Why him? Why Suleman? I don't understand. Those are the questions that keep coming to my mind. And I'm like, will it ever end? I'm hoping, I'm just saying, I'm hoping if that is his past, that he has decided, I'm hoping that he has decided that, okay, if he did it, if it is his past and he did it, that he has, at this point, decided that, okay, you know what, I don't want to be associated with all these things. I want to have a clean slate and start changing. If he's through, and start changing and having clean record. But if you look at the Halima thing, some of the stuff she's bringing out here and there, and the truth is this, they say they are going to court, she has screenshot of their text messages between them. So even the court paper, I tried to read it, it is too blurry. So I don't even know, to be honest, I don't even know what's inside the court paper. So whether not defamation or whatever. But if she can come to court with all those screenshots she has been showing to say, look at the conversation between me and the man. Do you know what I mean? If she turns up in court, I went ahead, where was I? There was even somewhere that, she said it. The woman, the lady herself said it that, they want me to produce all my evidence before court. She said she's not producing evidence, she will produce them in court. This story be as again. Imagine this story when it goes to court, if it goes to court, imagine the amount of, if truly she has evidence, imagine the amount of stuff she will bring out. Imagine. Anyways, I don't even know what else to say about this. I don't even know. The thing get K-leg, to be honest with you. Today this, today that, today that, today, I don't know. Anyways, the stories be going around on social media, and this is my own take on it. As always, whatever your opinion is about it, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.